Hey guys, welcome back to Beyond the Badge. It is May. It is officially Mental Health Awareness, which is getting our butts back to these seats. We apologize for the gap of the episodes. Obviously, Colleen and I are both living out our real lives, and with that comes different struggles and obstacles and work and things like that. So, Colleen, I'm super excited to be back on camera with you, getting this helpful and useful information out to the people.
Yeah, no, I think it's super great that we are getting back. Like you said, life has kind of swept us away the last couple months. But I think both of us, like we've talked about every time you and I have connected, is we are super passionate about this and we want to get back into the groove of filming regularly. So, yes, mental health Awareness Month kind of kicked our butts into gear. But I think going forward, we're going to be being a lot more consistent. We're going to be checking in a lot more regularly. And we're going to be posting podcasts every single week. And I think they're really going to be able to hit home. And a lot of people are going to be able to connect with them.
Yeah. And I know we kind of started this, so we had all that enthusiasm, all that momentum. People were reaching out. We were getting, all this positive feedback, and it was super exciting. And then bang, like life is still life, and there is a need for it. There's a want for it. So I'm glad to be back with you.
Yeah. And I think let's talk a little bit about that. Like, let's talk about what's been going on in our lives the last couple months. Nate, I know that you've had some ups and downs. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah. As you know, I'm in the middle of my mental health journey right now. I'm only about a year removed from, I guess we're both about a year removed from when we first met at the chateau. Lately, life has just been tough, man. Like, I won't sugarcoat it. I won't fake it. I know most things online are all rainbows and butterflies, right? But it's a struggle right now. I officially medically retired from the police force. And with that comes its own set of struggles financially, job wise, mentally, feeling like I lost purpose, like I lost who I am. And then the whole like fighting for yourself still. Like, I'm going through workman's comp stuff. My department likes to say, no, we have nothing to do with you having mental health. They actually don't believe in mental health. So obviously they fight all of these things. So it's just an ongoing battle, and each and every day there's other stresses, right? So I've been up, I've been down, I've been down, I've been up. Just this weekend, I'll be vulnerable. Just this weekend, I was in the emergency room.
You texted me while you were there, and I think that you being able to be vulnerable about this and kind of talk about what landed you there is super important. And it gives other people a strength, because a lot of people don't have that kind of strength and the vulnerability to kind of speak up and be like, hey, I wasn't okay and I had to get help this weekend.
Yeah. I was home alone. My family went up north to the cabin for Memorial Weekend, and I had just taken on a lot of stress the last 2 weeks. Like I said, with work stuff, lawyer stuff, employer stuff, real estate stuff. I got some bad news about a family member in a health condition that is new and coming up. So it all just beat me down. And I was just having a massive panic attack. And mine is like very somatic feeling. I feel like I'm going to die every time I go into this panic and fear. Basically, I have a panic attack, and then I have fear of those symptoms. So it just like feeds each other, this nasty loop, like panic, fear, fear, panic. And I thought something was wrong. I hadn't felt that way ever. Like, that was probably the deepest downhill spiral I have had. And again, I'm a year and a half into recovery, right? So it is scary that it's not always uphill, but you keep on trekking,
Yeah. And I think saying that it's not always uphill is so spot on. And a lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, well, you went to treatment. You should be all better. Like, why aren't you all better? Like, and the thing is, all of us have different journeys and all of us have different things that we have to work through. And healing is not linear. It's kind of this like up and down cycle. And you can go 3 steps forward, and then you might have to take 2 steps back, and then 4 steps forward, 1 step back. So you're constantly making progress, but it's not it's not as simple as ABC.
Yep, no doubt, and there's no path. There's no cheat code. There's no answers in the back of this book. Like everything is trial and error. Everything is, you committing to something and it doesn't work or it works and it may not work as good as you thought or it may work even better than you thought. But it's not a race. There's no finish line to it. It's every single day, how do we make today better than yesterday, or how do we make today positive? How do we make today less anxiety ridden? How do we make today better? And it's every single day. Every single day is a new day.
Absolutely. And I think too, it's a lot about recognizing where your limitations are and raising your hand and being like, hey, like, I need to take a break. I need to take a step back. I need help. And that's why having a good supportive community around you is so important. I can't tell you the number of phone calls I get every single week from individuals that are looking for help. They're getting ready to take that first step. People that have already taken that first step and kind of just need someone to vent to and ask questions of and be like, okay, well, I'm doing this. It's not working. What more can I be doing? And I feel super grateful that I'm at a point now in my recovery and in my healing journey where I'm able to be kind of that support to other people. And I know even on my hard days, like I'm still okay and I'm still in a really good spot. But the thing is, like, we all have hard days. Like, even remove PTSD and remove all the trauma that we've been through. Like, we both, all of us, we all have hard days. Even before I ever had trauma and before I ever had PTSD, like I still had hard days. And it's just not, it's about not letting those hard days win.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the best way. Don't let the hard days win. You're exactly right. Like for me, I really struggle with that component of it. Let's compound 1, 2, 3, 4 good days in a row. And then, like you said, you're going to have bad days. And my problem is when I have that bad day at day 5, instead of taking a step back and knowing, all right, well, tomorrow is a new day, or I can do this, that, and the other, I catastrophize and I'm like, see, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. And I go all the way back. It's like Candyland. It's like I go all the way back to first base and have to rebuild that momentum again. And that is for sure something that I've been working on in therapy. Like you said, the bad days are coming. I shouldn't expect perfection. I shouldn't expect that because I'm in recovery, because I'm going through my mental health journey, that every day is going to be great. Because it's just not realistic in real life, right? So I love that you said that because I definitely resonate with that because I struggle with that very hard.
Yeah. And you're definitely not the only one. Like, so many phone calls that I get is it's like, I thought I was doing so well. And today I just can't seem to get out of my own way. And it's kind of about being like, all right, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about why you're feeling that way. Like, let's talk about what is getting you to the point where you keep saying, like, nope, like nothing's going to get any better. Because yesterday you were at the point where you were like, yeah, no, everything's great. Like, my life is working out so well. And there have been lots of times where I've picked up that phone and talked to people about where they're at. And one of the things that I've realized is like, we have to be able to identify, like, yeah, I'm having a hard day. This is why I'm having a hard day. And then you address it, you feel those feelings. And then you say, okay, now, tomorrow, 15 minutes from now, whatever it is a new point in my recovery journey and in my life. Then I choose to feel joy and I choose to have the positive things. But if we kind of just push down what I did for years, is I just push down all of the negative emotions. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, I'm not going to feel negative emotions. Like, I can't let people see my fear. I can't let people see my weakness. And then I got to the point where I was so good at pushing all of it down, I couldn't feel any of the positive feelings. The negative feelings kind of outweighed the positive feelings. And I was so numb to everything that I could not feel positive things. Like, even when amazing things were happening, I was just like, yep, like, well, this is life. Like, this is what's supposed to be happening. Like, I wasn't actually feeling the joy. I wasn't feeling the excitement or anything like that. And now that I'm at the point where I'm able to feel the positive and the negative, no one likes feeling the negative stuff. Like, no one likes dealing with like the shitty stuff, but we still have to do
Yeah.
it. We still have to be like, all right, like right now, I'm really frustrated because I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm scared, whatever it is, you figure out what those emotions are and then you identify it, you feel it, you process it and you move on, because you don't want to kind of get stuck in that negative cycle. Because, like you said earlier, like your panic fed your fear and your fear fed your panic. And when we have those negative emotions, it's just this constant loop of just feeling the negative things. And we have to kind of interject the positivity into it.
Yeah. Like my man 50 Cent said, "Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain." So you
Very true.
whether or not you're on this journey or not, we're all living life, and life is full of ups, it's full of downs, it's
Mhm.
full of happy, it's full of sad, and that's not going to change, regardless of what you got going on in life. So, like you said, one day at a time, you pick up the bat, you swing hard, you hope for contact, you strike out, you get the bat the next inning. You know what I mean? So, that's just how I need to reshape how I look at things. Just because it's a bad day, a bad week, it's not over. It doesn't negate everything that I've done for the last year, year and a half. And quite frankly, what I need to really say is like, it should be expected. Like we just said, it should be expected that I'm going to have bad days. We just said we're all going to have bad days. So yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
little bit
look
of a
at
me thing.
it's kind of like the weather pattern, right? Like there are going to be days that are going to be sunny, and there are going to be days that are cloudy, and there's going to be days that are raining, and there's going to be days that are a combination of both. And the thing is, like, we have control over what's going on. We can't control what's going on in the world outside of us, but we can control how we react to things. And the way that we react to things then sets the ball in motion for what else is coming down that pipeline. And so it's really about recognizing and getting to know ourselves and then putting ourselves first. And I'm not saying be selfish and like be egotistical and all that stuff, but it's about getting to know who you are and what it is that you need and what you need to figure out in terms of how you're going to react to things and how you're going to process things. And do you need a 5-minute reset at the end of every day, or do you need to have silence on your drive home from work to decompress after a long shift? Like, you have to figure out those things and then really set them up in your life so that you have them and you're able to kind of give yourself the supports that you need, and then also recognize when you need to reach out to friends or family.
Consistency, right? That's what my therapist screams at me. Like, you need a schedule and to be consistent. I'm like, I know. You need to get up. You need to meditate every day at the same time. You need to do this and be structured. Just how it was at Chateau, right? The reason that that is so successful is because there is a schedule. You are consistent. You know when you're gonna do what. You know, all right, this time of day, every day, I'm gonna whatever yoga, or I'm gonna be doing A, B, or C. And just that structure of it. And when you leave there, unless you have that like as a characteristic of yourself, like that can be a tough thing uh to try to manipulate or come up with if you don't have that. I know for the longest, whatever the last 15 years, it's like you go to work at this time. All right, my alarm's gonna be at this time. I'm gonna allow myself 30 minutes to get there. When I come home, like you already kind of know what's gonna be happening in a specific time frame. And I know that's where we kind of differ right now is because I'm home alone all day. And I'm still getting used to that is if I don't kick my own ass, which I'm asking you to do, you need to be my partner that keeps me in line and permission is fully granted. But if I don't do it, I don't do it. And it's like the dishes are dirty. I'll do them tomorrow because I don't have anywhere to go tomorrow. I'll do them the next day. And if I don't have that motivation, sometimes it's hard. So starting that day off right with the things that I know if I get up and I meditate and I read in my little journal and I do my check-in and well, I don't do this very often anymore, but making my bed, shout out John, start every day off with an accomplishment. It can be tough. So I love that you say that because consistency really is going to be important.
Well, and I think too, like, so many of our listeners probably have never been to residential treatment and have never been able, this could be essentially their first step in the healing journey. And so I think talking about consistency in terms of the mental health journey and just kind of like where to start, that's so key. So finding what works for you, like we said, like for John, it's making his bed first thing in the morning. For you, it could be meditating or reading a journal. For me, honestly, before my feet even hit the floor in the morning, I'm taking 30 seconds and I'm listing out every single thing that I am grateful for. And that kind of sets me on a path for my day of this is what this is my gratitude, and I can be grateful for my life even if it's not exactly the way that I dreamt of it being. I'm still grateful for so many things in my life.
Mm.
And so it's kind of just finding those things, and I'm sure we can kind of throw out some ideas and walk people through some of the things that we do, but it's about getting that and being consistent and really being consistent with gratitude and thanks and positivity, because if you're kind of just in that negative cycle, you're going to keep looping through it. But if you're able to kind of be in that consistency of being positive and being grateful, good things are going to come, and you're going to start off, you're going to look for the positives in the day instead of the negatives.
Yep, no doubt. Man, these are so near and dear, like, they really are.
And I mean,
My
we can
birthday's
keep
this
going.
weekend. My birthday's this weekend, and, I had a moment earlier, like, wow, I'm about to be 39. If you would have asked me 2 years ago where I would be at 39, it wouldn't be fighting PTSD and anxiety and depression and panic. It wouldn't be retired from a job that I love and did and honored so well and so long. Like,
Mhm.
it wouldn't be, where I am. But then when I change, my perspective in like I do this now every day. When I pull into my driveway, I just stop for a second and I just look like I always call my house a castle. I got a fucking castle. Look at my car I'm in. Look at my kids that are in this house. Like my wife is in here, my boat in the driveway. Like, man, I'm living a good fucking life. And sometimes it's your perspective. Like sometimes I don't see it because I'm so focused on the negative. So I really love that, Colleen. Really have to focus on the positive because it is just natural instinct, for me at least, to only think about the negative, only dwell on the negative. And in doing so, you're forgetting all the positive.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, and I think we can go on and on about all of this, and I think that's kind of what this next season of Beyond the Badge is gonna be all about, is talking about the really tangible things that people can put into action at home today, right now, and how that's kind of impacted us and how it's kind of changed our perspective, and that's the thing. Our perspective is everything. And if you're kind of the mindset of, well, PTSD isn't a real thing, just like I don't have it that bad, like Joe over there is way worse than I am, like you can't compare yourself to anyone. And you can't compare your situation to anyone else's situation. And I think we get such in the habit of doing that and like kind of keeping up with the Joneses and measuring ourselves against other people. And we really can't do that. Like we ourselves, each of us is so unique and so individualized in what we've been through, can't compare to anyone else. Like, yeah, I can have similarities to someone else. You can have similarities to someone else, but nobody's been through that same exact thing that we've been through and they've not lived it. Like, yes, we are all survivors. We are all individuals who have been diagnosed with PTSD. We all, in the professions that we're in, we see trauma every single day. And it's all about how we react to it and what we're going to do for us. And we don't have to let that continue to define us. Like our badges don't need to be who we are. We're really the people just beyond the badge.
Say it again.
We are the people that are beyond the badge.
Listen, guys, we promise we're going to be consistent. We promise to hold each other accountable. We are going to be dropping episodes. They may not be 2 hours long. They may not be an hour. They may be like this. We're going to drop in, give us a little 25 minutes and bebop out. But we are going to, starting today, promise to you guys that we are going to be active, be back in the driver's seat of providing useful and insightful information to you guys. If you guys need stuff, please reach out to us and continue to reach out to us. Just because we're not posting doesn't mean we're not here, we're not available, we're not resources. But that's going to change because we are going to continue to bring useful tools. And Colleen said we might even have some guests coming up.
Yeah, I'm super excited to kind of see what this next season's going to bring. And we can't wait for all of you to travel along with us and kind of stay with us as we both continue our mental health journeys.
Yep. Stay tuned. Beyond the Badge coming your way. Peace.